the licensing, or we call it as a project licensing. Now, this is also the important part while you are, as you become a manager, project manager, then we should know which are the license we need to take and to which department that I have to approach so that I can get a clearances and the license. Okay. Now, when you are apply for the license or for the registration, right? So depend on the what type of the business you have, what type of the project that you are uh, establishing, or what type of the plant it is, depend on the product and all. Okay. So here the licensing policy is very important. Now all the businesses doesn't, or the project doesn't need a license from the government. Some of the businesses and the projects which are compulsory required a license. Some of the projects may have simple registration is process is there, no need of the licensing. Just like if you want to start a shop, any retailer shop, so that is what that we that doesn't need a licensing from the central government or from the government of India, because that particular business is in the simple form that you have to register is okay, your license is there, means the registration is required, licensing is not required. But yes, some of the industries required licensing, just like distilleries, this industry, or any tobacco or cigarette industry, this industry compulsory need a license from the government. Without licensing, you can't manufacture the product. Though there is a good demand in the market, we know that the beverage and the distilleries obviously they have the good demand. But yes, we need a licensing from that for that one. We are not provided just because we have the land and we have the raw material and we know the technology, and from that one we can manufacture that part. No. Okay. So let's see which are that the projects which need a compulsory license, and what is meant by compulsory license and all. Then we will see about a small medium scale industries. What is that small medium scale industries, and what type of the licensing is needed for it. Okay. So first, the licensing policy, we will see about the licensing policy. So this licensing policies is divided in a three parts. The one, liberalization of industrial licensing policy. In 1991, there is the word mark the for the India, they have a open market policy. Open market policy means anybody can come here, start their project, do their business. Okay. So that is we call a liberalization of the industrial licensing policy. Means you have to just take a nominal registration in India and you started your plant. Okay. So there is a open economy to everybody throughout the world. So in after the liberalization of the industrial licensing policy, only certain five industries which they are restricted for the licensing work, and the remaining one they are open to everybody. Okay. Second is Industrial Entrepreneurs Memorandum, that is IEM. And the last one is the policy for the small scale industries. Now, the one policy is related to the liberalization. Second is related to the Industrial Entrepreneur Memorandum, that is IEM. And the third policy is the for the small scale industries. So one by one, we will see in detail about all these policies. Yes. The first one, it is a liberalization of industrial policy. What is this? Under the Industries Development and Regulation Act 1951, an industrial license is required. The Act in 1951, under the industries, they have a compulsory licensing is required. When we call the licensing means we have to register the firm. We ask to the government to start the business, to start the project, and then there have the number of steps are there, number of procedures, and you have to follow that procedures, and then you can start the business. But what happened, just because of this procedure, it's a long procedure, nobody are interested to start a business in India. So what they do, uh, under the Act 1951, it says that there is a compulsory license required if you want to do a business or if you want to do a project here in India. So under the liberalization of industrial licensing policy, what this modified or have done some modification in the licensing, that only the 5 sectors they reserve for the licensing, and the remaining sectors they are open to all. So anybody can come here, do their registration, and they make a short procedure so that it is easy for the businessman to start a business in India. Okay, so that is comes under the liberalization industrial licensing policy. We are talking only up to the limited to the India. Okay, we are not talking about the other countries. The policies might be different, but here, as we are living in India, so we are just concentrating the policies which is implemented, which are here in our country. Okay, so here in this case, so they do some modification. What are that modification? So there are the 5 items, the 5 industries which they kept that they need a licensing, and the remaining one it will be open to all. So items of manufacturing the falling under the list of compulsory licensing means only those industries which require the compulsory license they have the list, and the remaining industries they will give the chance to start their business. And the one again policy in this one, and that is, if a non-SSI unit intends to manufacture the atom in the reserve exclusively for the small scale sectors, it means under the liberalization policy, what is given? The first condition is what? Your product should not be in that 5 industries first. We will see that list, what are the 5 industries where there is a restriction of licensing. Okay. Second condition in the liberalization industrial licensing policy is that under this act, what compulsory licensing is required, but now only the 5 industries required a licensing. What is the second condition in this policy? Second condition is that if the product or the service is reserved for the SSI, it means for the small scale industries or for the micro scale industries. In that case, there is no permission to manufacture a product. For example, that many industries they reserve for the local people. Nowadays, you know that the statement, uh, okay, so that is to they are encouraging the people to start the business, start the local people to start their business. Okay, so there are the certain items which is only reserved for the small scales. So if they just like in a retail sector, before that uh, we have reserved the shops only for the local people for a small scale. But now you see that there is a Reliance, there may be the other the DMart, and many malls are comes and they are retailing the retailing the products, the items. Initially, what happened? Only the shops they are just have these type of the goods. But now the major sectors like Reliance, who have the all over the India, they have their mart and they just do the business in the retail sector. But initially it is reserved. Same thing, there are certain manufacturing products which are only reserved for the small scale industries, just like the handicraft. All these are reserved for the local people. It is for the small scale business. If the Reliance want to start that the handicraft, then they will not allow to them. In a certain condition they will allow. The condition is what? If the 50% is export, means the 50% out of the 100%, if the 50% is exporting to the other countries, then only they will give the licensing or the permission to start that business, otherwise not. It means in the liberalization of the industrial licensing policy, they say that 5 industries you compulsory need a license from the government, and the second condition, the product should not be from that SSI unit, reserve SSI unit. Okay, so we call it is a non-SSI units you can easily manufacture. There is no need of licensing part. Okay, that comes under the this policy. Now, which are that 5 industries which are reserved for want a compulsory licensing? I call it is a compulsory licensing. So let's see which are that. The first industry, it is a distillation and brewing of alcoholic drinks. So this particular industry need a license, compulsory license from the government of India, from the central government to start a business. You know that it's very demanding business, and we everybody know the what is the technology and the process of it. If you want to manufacture in a small scale, definitely it will be workable, but they need a license. And for the large firm only, they will provide a licensing. They will not give the licensing to the everybody. Okay, so that is the one form which is a compulsory licensing required. Second condition is again it is the cigar or the cigarettes of tobacco and manufacturing of the tobacco substitutes. Okay, so this if you want to start a business or the project related to this one, then again you need a compulsory licensing from the central government. Third one, it is the electronic aerospace and defense equipment. Not everybody is manufacturing the defense equipments. The defense industries are different one there, and for that one they need a licensing. Just like the equipments which is need for the DRDO, which is need for the ISRO, all these they everybody is not supplying the instrument and equipment to them. There are the certain firms which are only they are supplying, and that firm is again need a licensing from the government. Okay, so that is also the one of the industry that anybody cannot be start that business. Yes, you can start it, but yes, you need a license. You have to follow that procedure. Once it is complete, then definitely you will get a chance to start that business. The fourth one is the industrial explosive, including the detonating fuses, safety fuses, gunpowder, nitrocellulose, and matches. For this industry also you need a permission, a license from the government, and all the hazardous chemicals. Now there is a list of the hazardous chemicals. Okay, you go through that the licensing from the central government or site, and you see that there are the list of the chemicals which are hazardous one, and for that one you need a licensing. Just like if you want to manufacture sulfuric acid, if you want to manufacture the hydrochloric acid, then definitely for the manufacturing, for the selling, not only on the selling but also on after even you want to buy, you need a permission. Okay, so for the manufacturing you need a license for it. So these are the five industries. Okay, these are the five industries which they need a license. Okay, distillation and brewing one, cigars and cigarettes and other tobacco products, electronic, aerospace and defense equipment, industrial explosives, and the hazardous chemicals. So this product, if you want to manufacture or if your project is related to this one, then first you take a permission from the government. And once you take the permission, then you started your plant. After that, okay, in this one, as I earlier said that in addition, certain industries are reserved exclusively for the public sector. Yes, apart from that five industries, there are the two industries which only the government are controlling on that industries or that product, and one of them is atomic energy and the railway transport. These two are purely it is reserved by the government. They will not give you the permission to work or to invest in this atomic energy. And even nowadays they are released some part of it. Okay, but yes, the maximum shareholding from on the railway transport is by the government. So maximum control is by the government. It means if you want to start any business related to this one, then again you need a permission. Okay, but these two are already it is compulsory by the government. It is a public sector. Okay, means the property or that businesses is only doing by that the government. After this we will see about the industrial entrepreneurs memorandum. Now what is this memorandum? So industry is not covered under the compulsory licensing are to file. It means the one sector is that as under the liberalization policy, they say that every sector is open to you, and some clause are there that there are the five industry which is reserved by the reserved from the government, and they need a compulsory licensing. There is a two sectors, the railway sector and atomic energy sector, where it is purely reserved for the public as a public sector. It means by the government. Now your product, which is not comes under the compulsory licensing, it is compulsory need to do a registration in the industrial entrepreneur memorandum. So here you have to file it. Okay. No industrial approval is required for such exempted industries. Now, in this case, there is no need of any approval. Okay, you can start your project, no problem. Yes, whatever be the clearances and some registrations that is to be followed. But yes, there is no long procedure for taking the compulsory license. Okay, because your product is neither on that in the compulsory product one, or it is not in a SSI unit, and for that one you can start. Anybody can start that business. Okay, if you see here, I just show the one thing. This is the one of the department, that is the department for the promotion of industry and the internal trade, G2B portal. Okay, so if you click on this part on this site, then you will see the detail about the IEM. What exactly in the IEM? Which industries need a registration in this case? Which are the products that they are giving the chance to register in this case? Okay, so if your product is come under this one under IEM, then you can register here. Okay, so this is the one of the site. It is services .dipp. Okay, if I click on here, it might be, I think, no. Okay, but you can visit that site. You might be get the things related to the IEM. I just show you one thing. 1 minute. Okay, you can click on this one. Here it is mentioned the department for the promotion of industry and the internal trades, and here there are the given the policies, rules and act related to the IEM. Okay, so each and everything is mentioned here. Definitely for the investor, for the FDI, every sectors is mentioned here, and on that basis you have to work on it. What are the acts? What are the rule? What are the policies? The policies are making here: foreign direct investment policy, industrial policy, national design policy, national IPR policies. So you have to check out all the things. Okay, not even this one. You have to check the acts, look at the what are the rules of it, and see the what are the latest decision by the government. Okay, even you can see here the various schemes and programs. So if you are the you want to start your business in the Himalaya and the northeastern state, then you see here there is a transport subsidy scheme. Now if your business comes under this one, because as a PM we should know all the things about what are the policies of the government, and always we take the benefit of it. Okay, means we are not only selecting the location. When some locations we know that in the Himalayan northeastern state, how what is the location, so that's why there is given a transport subsidy. Okay, similarly here there are the certain schemes are given. Okay, so packages are given that every year it might be the change, but yes, these are the things it is available here. So before you want to start your project, you always check the policies, the rules and what are the acts to that particular region. Okay, the infrastructure, industrial promotions, infrastructures, Indian footwear, leather and accessories development program. Okay, project monitoring under the Startup India. So everything is mentioned here. If you go to this site, you will get each and everything. Okay, for the investors, if you want to invest, what are the guidelines given? Okay, how to do the application. For the FDI, what is the policy of the FDI? Okay, then Foreign Exchange Management Act is what, Foreign Investment Facility Portal is what, FDI policy clarification. So each and everything you need to collect the data from this site, so that you can apply for or you have to take a clearances and apply for the scheme, and you will get a benefit from it. Okay, Then under this industrial and entrepreneur memorandum IEM, that all the industries exempted from the requirement of the industrial licensing under the one, that is the Industrial Act 1951. It means you can apply this registration under this scheme if you are exempted from this one, because already the five are there and remaining one it is exempted. And that another condition is there should not be a small scale industry reserve product that you are manufactured. An investment of Rs 10 crore or above in the manufacturing sector. Now this is the another policy in the IEM. Who want to register under the IEM, it is an investment of Rs 10 crore or above. If it is less than 10 crore, then that industry comes under the small scale industries. Okay, it means the small scale industries is reserved, five sectors are reserved, and in between whatever be the product or the sectors is available, and the condition for the IM is what? It should have investment more than 10 crores. That can be comes under this one. The for this is for the manufacturing sector is given, and this is for the service sector. Now the numbers I am not updated this part, but yes, it might be the 10 crore for the manufacturing and 5 crore in the service sector. Okay. And the last condition is given again the same. It is there is the items not exclusively reserved for manufacturing the SSI sector. Okay. The one thing that industry should be exempted from this one act. Second, if it is a manufacture sector, 10 crores and above investment. For the service sector, it is a 5 crore and above, and that item is not exclusively reserved for the manufacturing by SSI sector. You can apply under this one. For the small scale industries. Now, what is meant by small scale industries? Those industries which have a low investment or small manufacturing unit, a local site, all this comes under the small scale industries. Especially they are divided these industries, the micro, small and medium enterprises. One is the micro, then small, and then the medium one. That comes under the MSME. So MSME long form is what? If you see here, it is a micro, small and medium enterprises. Okay, MSME. Initially they call it is a SSI unit, small scale industries. Now they are again, rather than the small scale industries, now the name is changed and now it is a micro, small and medium enterprises. Okay, so there are the 21 items are reserved for the SSI. Now this 21, you don't stick that number each year, or maybe there may be the changes in the future. Rather than 21, it might be increase the items or it might be decrease the items. But yes, 21 items are purely reserved for the SSI. It means the industry which having the investment more than 10 crore and it is exempted from the Act 1951, Industrial Act 1951. Okay, that industry doesn't give a permission to manufacture the items which comes under the small scale industries. It means the uh, you have to manufacture the items which is not included in this one, a small scale industries. Okay, so you will get a permission, the government give you the permissions only to manufacture that product which is not included in the SSI. Okay. Any non-SSI unit desires of manufacture these items need an industrial license. As I said, if you know the list of the 21 items which are in the SSI one, and unfortunately that the item is present in that one. Now, does that industry which having the investment more than 10 crore have the chance or give the permission by the government? Then the answer is yes. The government will give the permission, but the case is what? The 50%, if here it is say that export the 50% of annual production. Whatever you produce, out of that, a 50% should be export. Then only you will get a permission to manufacture that items which are reserved for the SSI unit. Okay. Now, obviously, as a project manager, again, I have to know the policy, the rules and acts of this particular region. Otherwise, I will take a proper, I just plan it and I executing the plan. And after some, after 1 year, I again say that yes, that product is in under the SSI. Now the all investment may be the zero because you are not have the permission to start to manufacture that product. So definitely in the when we are defining the project, when you are planning that project, that time always we have to look the project licensing policies in that region. I am talking about region. Region means it may be the country, it may be the state, or it may be the district. Okay, the policy which is in India may not be the similar the policy in UK. The policy in Maharashtra may not be the similar in the policy in the Gujarat. It might be the different one. Okay, and the policy in the Ratnagiri and the policy in the Mumbai is again the different one. That might be the chances. But yes, most of the times these are the licensing policies are throughout the India or throughout the country. That is the same one. Only some things it will be the change. But yes, as a project manager, we should know all these things, which are the project licensing one, which are the project under the act compulsory licensing, which are the project which doesn't need a licensing, and which are the items which comes under the SSI unit, which is reserved specially, and we are not entered into that program. Okay. So first, again, we will see in detail about what is the small scale industries mean by what is the small scale industries. Okay. So there is a classification is mentioned as I in this table. If you see this table, in this table it is mentioned the investment in a plant and machinery, public equipment, and the annual turnover. So the classification of the micro, micro, small, and the medium enterprises. It can be classified on the basis of the investment in the plant, machinery, or the equipments, and what is the annual turnover. On that basis, they are classified the micro, small, and medium enterprises. The policies are different. The registration process are different for these sectors. And again, they are reserved the certain items to this one. Okay. So let's see on the basis of the investment in the plant and on the basis of what is the annual turnover, the what is meant by micro, the small and medium enterprises. So let's first we will see about the micro one. Micro industries. Now, which industry we call a micro industry? When the investment in the plant, machinery, and the equipment, investment in the plant, machinery is not more than 1 crore, is not more than is not more than 1 crore. This is the one thing. Okay, that is the one means the investment is not more than 1 crore and the annual turnover is not more than 5 crore. In that case, we call this is a micro industry, and definitely you will get a benefit of it. Even nowadays, they change the values. Initially, it is very small amount. Okay, even more less than the 1 crore. It may be having the 50, 25 lakh or 50 lakh that will be, but under the startup India, they will increase this number. Okay, but yes, as per the definition from the government and from the policy makers, they say that if the business is investment is less than 1 crore and the turnover is less than 5 crore, then we call it is a micro business. Now, what is the benefit of it? Definitely, comparing to the micro and comparing to the medium, this will give a more what we call the schemes and subsidies. Okay, because it is a small scale, it is very in a micro level. That's why they give a certain the what we call the schemes so that they can the people can start easily the the industry. Okay. Second one, what do you mean by small? A small is again the definition on the basis of the investment, on the basis of the investment, and on the basis of the plant, on the basis of the turnover. On the basis of equipment, if investment in the machinery and plant is less than 10 crore and annual turnover is 50 crore, it means the investment in the plant and machinery should be less than 10. Obviously it is greater than 5. Okay, that is indirectly we can say, and the turnover should be less than 50 and greater than 5 crore, then only we call it is a small scale industries. And the last one is medium. Now what is that medium? Medium is, it is not more than 50 crore and it would be not more than 250 crore. It means the investment in the plant and machinery should not be more than 50 and it should not be less than, sorry, not more than 50 crore and greater than 10 crore, and the annual turnover should be less than 250 crores and greater than 50 crore. Okay, so this is the chart which will help you whether in which industry that your project is. It means why we are talking about this one, what is the important of it, why we need this to know the things, because the government give the various schemes, various policies for the micro, for the small scale industries and for the medium scale industries. This is very important, and that's why we should know in which category does our project comes, and on that basis we will apply for the registration, we apply for the licensing one, and always we get some benefit, tax benefit or other benefit from the government. Okay, and that's why it is very important for us to learn about this one. So we should know which are the licensing of it. Okay, after that, quickly we will look about the project licensing, that is for the foreign technology collaboration. Okay, uh, it can be possible that we can make the collaboration between the foreign technology, and for that one, but yes, we need to have certain rules that we have to agreement only through either through the government or through the RBI. We are not directly connected with that the person. So either through the RBI or through the government, we can tie up with the foreign foreign investors, and we can use their technology for the for this for what we call for the production one or for the process plant. Okay, so all these things about a project licensing one. After that one, we have another topic that we would like we will cover up, and that is the laws and regulation. What are the various laws and regulation? But yes, that we will see in the next lecture. One, the various laws and regulations, and what are the clearances we need for the for the project or the for the plant, and which other department will give you permissions for it. But yes, it will be, we will see in the next class. Thank you.